grip. What is up, my YouTube people? Welcome back to Yoga with April. If this is your first class, I hope we get you hooked and you start coming back. Just kidding, but maybe not. But I appreciate your support. Either way we look at this. So yeah, this is going to be just a fun flow. A fun out of your head, into your body, no questions, no second guessing, no thoughts about it. Make this fun, make this simple. You don't need anything for your practice unless you use stuff. So if you use blocks, anything like that, bring them. Just because I don't have them doesn't mean you can't use them. This is your practice, this is your time. I want you to enjoy the class. And if you do like the class, go ahead, like, subscribe, send it to somebody, let me know what you like. And if you have questions, my comment section is always open. I truly enjoy talking to you guys and connecting with you all. So we're going to kind of just hop into this. I don't want it to be a long flow. I want us, to have something that we can do when we have 10, 15, 20 minutes, whatever it may be. And, we don't have to set aside, an hour tops to do this flow. So as we get started here, go ahead and make yourself onto your shins. So top of your mat, I'll face you just so you can see me, but I want you on the top of your mat on your shins. If you don't like your shins, just come down to your bum and just, make the side body stretch work for you here. But before we start, as always, we will take a few rounds of breath just to arrive to our practice, whatever that means for you. So begin to close the eyes, let the breath settle, let the thoughts start to slowly sway away. And find yourself here, with yourself, with your body on this mat in your space at this time. We stick with this present moment time and time again, and we come back to the breath time and time again, okay? So yeah, get these inhales and exhales out, and then we'll start kind of making them a little bit more longer. So once you have that space, once you have that breath, go ahead and make it dramatic. Big inhale. Like you're trying to exhale through molasses. Just make this slow. Keep going, big inhales. And exhale. 2 more just like that. Big inhale, eyes are still closed. Intentional exhale. 1 more big inhale. And exhale. Next inhale, arms are going to frame up towards the sky. Hands will touch one another. Fingers will interlace, and you flip the palms on up. Once you do that, you naturally see these side bodies finding some more expansion. And I want you to press those palms up towards the sky. Like you might be able to grab a cloud or maybe grab your ceiling fan if you're inside like I am. And just settle in. Kind of knit those ribs back down. They want to pop out. They want to find that natural arch. Try to bring them back on in here and just tuck the chin towards the chest. Big inhale. Exhale, lean over towards the left. Nice stretch for the right shoulder. Inhale back. Exhale, lean towards the right. Inhale, gaze up. Exhale, let go of the bind. Hands are going to come behind you. You interlace the hands, drive the knuckles down. Chest is raising up towards the sky. And exhale, hands find heart center. Beautiful job. Inhale those arms up once again. Left hand find your right wrist. And you pop the right bum down. Right bum down, left bum still on the heel. And encourage the right arm to go up towards the left as you gaze over towards the left tricep. 3 deep breaths. One more. Let this next inhale lift the heel or lift the hips on up. And then as you exhale, switch sides. So left hip drops, right hand grabs your left wrist. Lean, find some length, and then encourage the left hand over towards the right as you gaze over the left. Let the shoulders stay behind the back body. You allow the chest to open on up. And just find the stretch. Breathe into the left side here for 3 rounds. Last breath. Next, inhale, rises the hips on up. And this time as we exhale, we come to our tabletop position. So from our tabletop position, we just want the hands over the shoulders, of course, wrist over the shoulders as well here. And the hips are over the knees. And right away, just start working those cat-cow. So as you inhale, you drop the belly, push the chest on through. And then as you exhale, you simply tuck and round, separating the shoulder blades. And keep going with this. So just a few rounds as we're arriving here and we're kind of jumping right into it. Take your time. See how this feels. Be animalistic in your movements. Maybe you just start to sway the hips. Bend the elbows. Get the chest down a little bit lower here. If you want to work the wrist in here, this is a beautiful opportunity to do so. So my goal for this class is to offer as many variations as I can in the little amount of time that we're going to flow together. So if you want to do the wrist in your cat-cows too, go ahead and kind of let the fingertips go to the edges of the mat. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, tuck and round. This is like our level 2, right? So if you want more from a wrist stretch, you can always let the fingertips frame the knees. So the knees and the fingertips are facing one another, and you can work your cat-cows here as well. Meet yourself where you are at. I say this time and time again. Don't force what does not feel good. If you are like wanting to cry with this wrist stretch, get out of it. You can keep the fingertips towards the top of your space if that feels better. 2 more rounds. Beautiful. Come back to that neutral tabletop position. Begin to tuck the toes, lift the knees slightly, push the hips back, find your bear pose. Maybe you just sway the hips left and right here. And then as you exhale, extend the legs up long towards the sky. Hips are high, and we're pushing into both hands here, finding your downward facing dog. Welcoming you to class today. So breathe into these hamstrings, breathe into the back of the shoulders, and really push away with both hands as you separate the fingers. Heels never have to touch the ground. You can always pedal out the knees by bending one and then the other. Maybe you kind of kind of pulse the heels so the hips are going up and down here too. That may feel good for the hamstrings. And always, always, always come back to this breath. Maybe you start shaking your head left to right. Let's do 3 rounds of breath together. Find some stillness here. Big, deep inhale up and down the spine. Nice, slow exhale. 2 more just like that. Big inhale. Audible exhale out. Last one, inhale. And exhale. This time as you inhale, the right foot's going to come up towards the ceiling. Exhale, right foot top of mat. Let this left knee drop. We're finding that low lunge right away. Keep those toes tucked, back toes tucked, biceps frame the ears, hips are heavy, side bodies are lengthening. Palms facing one another here. Deep inhale. Exhale, stay heavy. Big inhale, maybe you gaze up towards the sky. And exhale. Last one here, big inhale. Exhale, hands frame right foot, push those hips back, find your half splits, right toes flex towards the face. And before we bow down, let's find some length here. So as we inhale, find length from belly to thigh. Exhale, hinge over this right foot and fold. And this right leg is relatively straight to whatever is, straight for you today. If you're feeling this and you have more of a bent knee, that's okay. Stay just like that. I just want you to lead from the heart here, hinge from the hips. Maybe roll out the neck here, find some ease. Inhale back into this right leg, left hand stays down, right hand high. You're finding a low lunge twist. So you're stacking those shoulders, you're encouraging this left shoulder to kind of come up towards the right side of your space. And you're letting the hips stay heavy here. Beautiful job. Big inhale. Exhale, both hands down. Heel toe this right foot towards the right edge of your mat. Tuck again those back left toes. If you did untuck them, I untucked them as well, and I told us to keep them tucked, so totally okay. Bringing this left knee on up, and all of a sudden you're in your runner's lunge. So maybe we just kind of push the hips back and forth here. Added wrist stretch, getting the hips nice and marinated, moving with the space that we have, embodying this pose for what it is today. Now we stay just like this. Once again, left hand firmly planted. Inhale, right hand high. Bigger twist, more space here. If you want props, under your left hand is a beautiful space to have a block right now. This top hand, we all make a fist with the hand and roll out your wrist. I promise you, I practice that all the time and I still somehow just can't get it. But that's okay, we're human, right? Bring this top hand down, find some buoyancy in this back left leg, and you're gonna jump up to the top of your mat. Heel toe the feet once more, make this a nice wide-legged forward fold stance. And then inhale, soft halfway lift. Let those hands find the shins. I want the spine nice and straight. Exhale, crown of the head heavy towards the ground. Maybe the elbows bend as you invite yourself closer to the thighs. 2 more just like that. Hands stay where they are. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. 1 more. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Now biggest inhales, we root to rise. Bring those arms up overhead. Exhale, hands through heart center. Let them drop to your side. 1 more big inhale, arms on up. Exhale, hinge and fold. Ride the sun down. Inhale, halfway lift. This time as we exhale, just shoot this right foot back, drop the right knee, keep those toes tucked if you can, and find that low lunge here. So nice bend into the left knee. If the knees ever hurt you guys, blanket under the knee is always a beautiful option too. If you've never tried that, that might be something that you want to try if your knees ever give you issues in these low lunges. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Just breathe into this right thigh, this right hip, maybe the right glute. Hips are heavy. We lengthen the side bodies. The spine stays straight. We tuck the chin slightly. Beautiful. Big inhale, gaze up. Exhale, frame left foot. Push those hips back. Find your half splits. Flex those left toes towards your face. And rule of thumb, big rule of thumb. If this is all you take from this class, that is fine by me. You find length first. Inhale, find length into the stomach, into the thigh. Then exhale, melt on over. Lead with the heart, lead with the chest. We're hinging from the hips. Keep those toes flexed. Stay nice and grounded into the back right toes. Inhale back into your left leg. Right hand stays planted. You find that nice low lunge. Encourage this right shoulder to meet over at the left. And gaze up towards the left hand if that feels comfortable for you. And keep a nice drive into this left big toe. 2 more rounds of breath. Awesome. Bring that left hand down. Heel toe that left foot towards the edge of your mat if you need to. Tuck those back right toes if you lost that tuck. Raise the right knee up and find that runner's lunge. Gently just sway from side to side here. Or I guess up and down is probably a little bit better to say. Wrists are working, hips are working. You're shifting this weight. You're seeing how this feels to be on your right toes and then how it feels to really push that right heel back in space. Steady hand, steady breath. Firmly press into this right hand as you inhale, left hand high. Find your runner's lunge twist. Exhale, settle. Scoop this right shoulder up and under. Beautiful job. You got it. And exhale. 1 more nice deep breath. Big belly breath here. And as you exhale, left hand comes on down. And this time we bring left foot to meet the right. You find a plank pose. And we got this. We're strong. You can hold this. If you need to bring the knees down at any point, you can here too. But let's see. We have this for 10, 9, 8. Heels are driving back. Palms pushing into the mat. Shoulders separating. 6, 5, 4. Core activated. 3, 2, and 1. Come on down. Beautiful job. Untuck the toes. Keep the hands right where they are under the shoulders, and we'll work our Cobra poses here. So big inhale, slight back bend. Exhale, settle. Keep going. Inhale, slight back bend. Exhale, down. Inhale, raise on up. Push the tops of the feet into the mat. Exhale, down. 2 more. Big inhale. And exhale. Last one here, biggest inhale. Maybe you extend the arms just slightly. And exhale, come on down. Bring the hands by the hips. Fingertips are kind of going towards the back side of the mat, and the palms are on the ground. So bring the chin to the mat here as well. We're going to work 2 rounds of Locust Pose. So a lot of back body work. Before we even get into this, I want you to forget about thinking you have to get high in this pose and worry more about length. Length from the crown of the head driving to the top of your space, all the way through those big toes driving to the back of your space, okay? So 1 breath to just clear it out. Big inhale and exhale. Your next inhale rises you on up. Super glue those toes next to one another. Drive those fingertips towards the back of your space and gaze right down towards your mat so you have a nice straight line. Again, from the crown of the head all the way to the toes. And you work the back body, you work the core, you separate the fingertips, separate the toes. Let everything work for you here. Glue the thighs together. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on down, one cheek to the mat. Take a breath. If Locust Pose isn't something that you practice that often, or if it's new to you, it's not easy. It's hard work here, so give yourself some grace. And we have one more to do. No question about it. Just meet yourself where you are. Set yourself up so everything glues together. We rise on an inhale. So 1 breath just to restart. Big inhale and exhale. Inhale rises you on up, floats you up like a feather. Keep the neck long, gaze down towards the mat. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Activate it all. Super glue those thighs back to one another. Shoulder blades are touching here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job. Bring those hands under the shoulders. Shoot back into like a tabletop position and come back to your downward facing dog. So 5 rounds of breath here. No more, no less. Nothing to overcomplicate. Big inhale and exhale. Keep going. Find a nice steady cadence. Close the eyes if that feels comfortable. Beautiful. Let's get some movement. We'll do a round here, 1 round of a nice little sequence on each side, just to make this class, not 60 minutes, and something that you can do when you have, some spare time, some, extra 20, 30 minutes here, okay? Inhale, right foot high. Exhale, right foot top of mat. Find that runner's lunge first. Then inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, heavy hips. Drive into this back left foot. Raise that left heel like crazy and drive it towards the top of your space. Activate this back left leg. Super glue these thighs next to one another. Activate the core. Exhale, settle. 2 more just like that. Inhale, length. Exhale, lunge. 1 more big inhale. Exhale. Inhale to transition. Exhale, drop back heel. Warrior 2 is where we're going. Hips are going towards the left corner of your mat. Palms are facing the ground and you gaze over this right hand. So you can kind of track this right knee towards the right corner of your mat. Roll those shoulder blades away. Tuck the core slightly. Tell yourself you're a badass and you can hold this pose and you have that warrior-esque in you, because we all do. Breathe just as you are. Now here we go. Rule of thumb. Your bottom half is going to stay the same before we reverse. This lunge that you have, the activation you have in your back left leg, I don't want you to lose that, okay? Flip this right palm so it's facing the ceiling. Inhale, paint the sky, reverse your warrior. Exhale, 2. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, come back to 2. 1 more. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, side angle pose. Right forearm, right thigh, left hand up and over. Don't lose the integrity in this right shoulder, so still work with this. Activate the core. Make sure you have a nice separation between the right shoulder and the right ear. Gaze up towards the sky. Exhale, break it on down. Find your vinyasa, or you can find those Cobra Poses. So if you're working that vinyasa, exhale halfway down. Inhale and tuck the toes. Let the chest come through. Thighs are lifted. Upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 rounds of breath. Beautiful job. Find that stillness. Listen to the heartbeat. Feel the energy you're creating in your body. And give yourself a smile. You're honoring yourself. You're doing something good for yourself. So don't take that for granted. And if you need to dial it down a bit, give yourself that grace. Honor where you are today. Inhale, left foot high. Exhale, left foot top of mat. Inhale, crescent lunge. Make more of like a railroad track with a stance, less of a tightrope. Find that balance. Inhale, length. Exhale, settle. 2 more big deep breaths, palms facing one another. Line of energy from that back heel all the way out through these fingertips. Shoulders away from the ears. Big inhale. Exhale, open up, warrior 2. Drop that left heel, gaze over your left hand. Same but different here. Go ahead and look down and fidget if you need to. You never are stuck in a pose, and there's no rule saying you can't look down to see what the hell is going on here if you need to, okay? Again, find this cadence, find your breath, find your power here. Find something not moving, stare at that, breathe into this. Activate the outer lining of both legs, the outer glute. Flip this front left palm, bottom half stays the same. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, come back. 2 more, you got this. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, back. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle, left forearm, left thigh, right hand goes up overhead, palm facing the ground. I love this pose, honestly. Just a nice straight line, a beautiful side body stretch through this right side. So embrace this, breathe into this. Work with this pose, work with the connection that your left forearm and your left thigh have, and don't lose the lunge in this left leg. Exhale, break it on down. Find your vinyasa. And come back to downward facing dog. 2 deep breaths. 1 more round each side, and we'll add on a bit at the end. You totally got this. Inhale, right foot high. Exhale, right foot top of mat. Inhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, 2. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, 2. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle pose. Here for a breath to settle. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, both hands down. Pivot off this left heel. Heel toe the right toe out towards the right edge of your mat, and now we find our lizard lunge. So we'll be here for a moment. Once you set that up, go ahead and drop this left knee and then tuck those toes. And stay here, find some stillness. You can stay on these hands if it feels good, or if you have the space, you can always come down to the forearms here too. And always a breath or two just to arrive into this pose before we make any movements, any adjustments, because I will offer those. But just get here, arrive, be here, find your breath. And then if you want anything else, a personal fave of mine that I like to do in these classes is simply just letting my right hip open up. So my right knee and my right toes are in line with each other, but my right inner arch is off my mat, and so is my right big toe. And I'm truly, guys, just doing the least amount of pressure into this pushing of my right knee, okay? Spiraling my left shoulder over towards my right as I gaze up towards the sky. Now you stay here for, about 3 or 4 more breaths, or if you want to find a bind, you can grab the back left foot with this right hand and just stay here, breathe into this. Awesome. Exhale, let it on go. Both hands on the mat. Bring the knee back in line and then push those hips back again. Find your half splits. Hinging from those hips, just here to unwind. Inhale back into your right leg. Exhale, tuck left toes, lift left knee. Find your vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 1 more round, you got this. Inhale, left foot high. Exhale, left foot top of mat. Inhale, rise, crescent lunge. Exhale, heavy hips settle. Find your breath, find your stance. You've been here before. Your body knows what it's doing. You have the confidence that you need. Now act upon that confidence. Be here. Exhale, warrior 2. Drop that back heel, gaze over this left hand. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, come back to 2. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, 2. Last one here, inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle, left forearm, left thigh, right hand up overhead. Breathe into this, yum. Exhale, both hands down, heel toe the left toe towards the left side of the mat, or the left foot rather. Once you find that comfort, then we drop the right knee. And same song and dance. You guys know where we're going. You either stay here. This is fine. If you're feeling this, this is fine. Don't feel pressure ever to go further than this. If this is good for you, this is good for you. It's your practice. If you want more, start coming down to the forearms. Don't rush this process. Don't rush opening up towards that left side just yet. Just be here for a moment. And then when you're ready and that feels comfortable, maybe you can start swaying and opening up this left knee with this left hand again. Couple rounds here, making sure it feels good, checking in on everything, making sure nothing hurts. And then if you have the space, grab this back right foot with the left hand. Left shoulder's opening up. You're finding that stacking sensation. Two more deep breaths. Beautiful. Come back towards the top of your space. Tuck those back right toes. Bring that left knee back in line and just bring those hips back. Find your half splits. Hopefully, ideally, it's supposed to feel really good after all that movement that we just did. So hopefully this is a good one for you. Inhale, lunge back into this left knee. Tuck back right toes. Lift that right knee up. Come back. Find your last vinyasa. Kick an ass here. And then downward facing dog. From your downward facing dog, just right away begin to walk up towards the top of your space. Find a seat. And again, for the sake of time, I want to make this a class that you can squeeze in when you have that extra, 20, 30 minutes or so. We're going to find a wide-legged forward fold. And we'll be here for the remainder of class, but not too much longer. So find a good wide-legged forward fold that works for you. Wiggle it out, see how this feels. Too cute, guy. Once you find some comfort, once you find some ease into here, then we'll add on a side body stretch. We'll start with the left side. Maybe the left hand just finds the left thigh. That's fine. Maybe the left hand can find the left shin, or maybe it's the forearm. Whatever works for you today. Find that connection, and then inhale, right hand high. So as you let the right hand kind of explore the left side of our space, you're really still grounding into this right sit bone as you gaze up towards the ceiling. Kind of a theme with a spiraling action of this bottom shoulder to allow the chest to open up. Inhale back to center, arms can chase the sky, and then exhale, find that same movement towards the right side. Inhale back to center. And this time as you exhale, just hinge and fold and tumble on towards, the edge of your mat or maybe the top of your mat, whichever way you're looking at this. And just take some time here. So this is where we're going to end class, but I'm going to stay here for a couple more minutes with you just to walk you through some options. If you would like to stay like this is totally okay. If you don't want your neck to work, that's fair. If you have a block or anything, you can always use that. Or, a fan fave I've noticed is just kind of bringing the palms on top of one another, making fist. Just letting your head find this. Or if you're like, April, I'm not even close to the ground. What the hell are you talking about? That's fair. Stay like this. Maybe you can roll out the neck since you have that freedom, you have that openness. There's a space for everyone. There's a space for you to go into. It's just the matter of you exploring and seeing where it can take you, okay? And lastly, maybe you point and flex the toes. And for the sake of it being yoga, right? For the sake of wanting to find that present moment, wanting to focus on that breath, we'll end class with a few deep inhales and exhales together. So starting with our first one, big inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slow exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. 2 more rounds. Big inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slow exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Last round coming up here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice slow exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job today, guys. We really got right into it at the very beginning and started finding that movement and finding that warmth in our body. So amazing job keeping up with that and finding your own cadence to that. If you would like to find a more traditional Savasana, if you do have the time, I will always encourage that till the day I quit this YouTube thing, okay? So find that extra Savasana if you would like to. If you like this wide-legged forward fold and you have some extra time, maybe you just sway here. But either way, whatever you choose to do, this is where I'm going to leave you. So I cannot thank you enough. I don't know if there will ever be enough words to express my gratitude for each and every one of you for supporting me and coming back to my channel. So if you did like this class, let me know if you have any suggestions or other things you would like to see. I'm always here to talk to you guys. So appreciate the love, appreciate the likes, the subscriptions. It's awesome to see. So until next time, thank you.